daylight. Kind of was hoping I'd get in there and get unloaded.
Before Alex Debogorski became a household name on ice road truckers, he had already stared death in the face more times than most people could imagine. He survived 37 bar fights in a single week, endured 11 attempted robberies, and narrowly escaped being crushed in a coal mine. But life had far more challenges in store for him. As his fame grew, tragedy struck repeatedly. He lost 2 sons, faced crippling debt, and battled life-threatening illnesses. Now, at 71, the man who conquered some of the most dangerous roads on Earth is confronting his toughest challenge yet. Alex was born on August 4, 1953, in Berwyn, Alberta, Canada. His parents, Stanley and Irene, were survivors of the horrors of World War II in Poland. Stanley had served as a paratrooper in the Free Polish Brigade, participating in perilous missions like Operation Market Garden and hiding for weeks from German soldiers to stay alive. Irene was equally remarkable, studying mathematics and music at Cambridge University while bombs fell around her in England. Their paths crossed in an air raid shelter in 1943, and despite the chaos of war, they fell in love and married just 6 months later. After the war, returning to Poland was impossible. The country was now under Soviet control, and heroes of the Free Polish Forces were considered enemies. Seeking safety and a fresh start, Stanley and Irene set sail for Canada in 1952, enduring stormy seas, while Irene, pregnant with Alex, suffered severe seasickness. After a 2-week crossing, they arrived in Halifax, Nova Scotia, before moving west to Alberta in search of affordable farmland. A year later, Alex was born, their first Canadian-born child, marking the beginning of a life shaped by resilience, courage, and survival instincts. Growing up on a northern Alberta farm was grueling. Winters could plunge below -40 degrees Celsius, covering the land in snow for months. The family worked tirelessly to chop firewood, preserve food, and care for livestock. Summers were no easier, plagued by heat, swarms of mosquitoes, and relentless black flies. From a young age, Alex learned discipline, planning, and the ability to stay calm under pressure. By age 7, he had daily chores, feeding chickens, collecting eggs, milking cows, and as he matured, he took on bigger responsibilities like repairing fences, driving tractors, and working through the exhausting harvest season. One year, when he was 14, the family worked non-stop for 2 full weeks to harvest crops before an early frost could ruin them, teaching Alex the value of teamwork, endurance, and never giving up, no matter the hardship. Amid the hardship, there were moments of wonder. Alex adored watching the northern lights illuminate the winter sky and spent hours exploring the nearby woods, observing birds, and appreciating the beauty of nature. Yet, he was shy and awkward as a child, often teased at school, which led him to spend more time alone. These quiet moments nurtured his imagination and a love for storytelling, qualities that would later make him a captivating figure on television. Family history deeply influenced Alex's character. His maternal grandfather, a major in the Polish infantry, was executed for helping Jews escape Nazi-occupied Poland, a story of courage and sacrifice that stayed with Alex. His parents ensured that he and his siblings remained connected to their Polish roots, filling family gatherings with war stories, traditional songs, and hearty meals. These experiences instilled a strong sense of justice, bravery, and the courage to take risks when necessary, traits that would define Alex's life and career. Before venturing into ice road trucking, Alex sought out high-risk, high-stakes jobs. On August 17, 1971, at only 18, he became a bouncer at the Yellowknife Inn, a bar infamous for nightly fights. Within a week, he had broken up 37 fights, earned 2 black eyes, and suffered a broken rib, yet refused to back down. Over 18 months, he threw out more than 2,000 rowdy patrons, narrowly escaping stabbing 13 times. Immediately impressed the producers. With 26 years of ice road experience, Alex was the perfect star, ready to bring the dangerous, frozen highways to life for audiences around the world. Even with the opportunity to be on television, Alex wasn't immediately convinced it was the right move. On February 3, 2007, he brought it up at dinner with his family. Louise, his wife, wasn't thrilled. She worried that constant cameras would invade their privacy and that the attention could lead to problems. Alex himself felt apprehensive. He didn't want the show to make ice road trucking appear foolish or staged. At 53, he also questioned whether he had the energy to handle the stress of filming. For several weeks, he went back and forth, discussing the idea with other truckers. Some warned him that fame could bring more headaches than benefits. On March 15, 2007, he even sought guidance from a local priest, Father Joseph, who advised him to listen to his heart, but reminded him that television fame carried serious responsibilities. The choice wasn't simple, but a turning point came on April 2, 2007. Alex received a call from his eldest son, who reminded him of all the financial struggles the family had endured over the years. That conversation made Alex realize that the show could provide the stability they desperately needed. After one more family discussion on April 10th, he made up his mind. By April 15th, he signed the contract, just weeks before filming began. When Ice Road Truckers premiered on June 17, 2007, Alex immediately became a fan favorite. Audiences loved his upbeat personality, calm demeanor in dangerous situations, and deep faith. By the end of the first season, he had received over 3,000 fan letters from viewers worldwide. While other cast members came and went, Alex remained throughout all 11 seasons. On September 8, 2013, during Season 7, he celebrated 1,000 days of filming. The crew threw him a surprise party at a Manitoba truck stop to show their appreciation. Yet fame brought challenges as well. During Season 2, on January 22, 2008, Alex suffered a pulmonary embolism, forcing him to step away from filming temporarily. Fans were thrilled when he returned in Season 3. By the show's conclusion in 2017, Alex had appeared in all 138 episodes. His final ice road trip for the series was on March 15, 2017, a deeply emotional moment as he reflected on 10 years of life on the ice. When the series finale aired on November 9, 2017, 3.4 million viewers tuned in, many specifically to see Alex. The fame, however, took a toll on his family. After Season 1, Alex received more than 50 fan letters daily and was invited to public events. His first major appearance was at a trucking convention in Dallas on September 12, 2007, where over 5,000 fans lined up for autographs, wrapping around the building. Being away from home was challenging. By the end of that first year, Alex had spent 285 days away from his family. Louise admitted it was especially hard on their younger children. Alex was determined to stay connected. Every night at 9 p.m., he called home, regardless of where he was. On February 14, 2011, he paused filming during a dangerous ice crossing just to make his nightly call. By 2012, he had negotiated a contract giving him every third weekend off, allowing him more family time. Providing for his large family, 11 children and 13 grandchildren, was a major motivator. Before the show, Alex worked 340 days a year, often picking up extra jobs to make ends meet. His 11th child was born on March 18, 2008, intensifying his determination to succeed. The show brought financial security, and by 2012, his earnings had increased by 400%. Alex also thought of future generations. In 2014, he created the Debogorski Family Education Fund to help cover college costs for his grandchildren. By 2016, the fund had grown to $500,000. Through it all, Alex emphasized that his family was the reason for his tireless work. In his final interview for the show, he said, "Every mile I've driven, every risk I've taken, it's all been for them. They're my reason for everything." His dedication, courage, and unwavering commitment earned him legendary status among ice road truckers and fans alike. Tragedy struck the family when Alex's son, Andrew Debogorski, received devastating news on June 15, 2017. At just 31, he was diagnosed with ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, a cruel condition that gradually robs a person of mobility, speech, and even the ability to breathe. Andrew had been full of life. His courage and composure under pressure were already evident. In 1973, Alex became a taxi driver in Edmonton, hoping for safer work, but danger followed him there too. Within 6 months, he survived 11 armed robbery attempts. The most harrowing occurred on October 3, 1973, when a passenger brandished a knife and demanded his money. Drawing on his experience as a bouncer, Alex disarmed the attacker and held him until police arrived, further proving his instinct for survival and quick thinking. By early 1974, Alex was working in Alberta's oil fields. 16-hour shifts in frigid temperatures tested even his resolve. On July 12, 1974, a drilling pipe nearly crushed him, but he pressed on undeterred. Later, he joined the coal mines of Grande Cache, descending 2,000 feet underground, facing constant hazards including cave-ins, gas explosions, and lung-damaging coal dust. On March 22, 1975, when a collapse trapped 3 miners, Alex spent 17 hours digging them out with just his hands and a small shovel, showcasing bravery and resilience that would carry him into the perilous world of ice road trucking. Alex's personal life mirrored his daring career. On June 15, 1972, he married his high school sweetheart, Louise. Their story began in September 1969, when Alex, at 6 feet 3 inches, accidentally knocked over 5'2" Louise at a school dance. She laughed, and a lifelong bond began. On their third date, a late-night drive across a frozen lake nearly ended in disaster when the ice cracked, but Alex's quick thinking saved them, cementing trust and connection. When Louise discovered she was pregnant on March 12, 1972, Alex stood by her, proposing with a ring crafted from a silver dollar. Their wedding, attended by 23 guests, featured a potluck dinner and homemade dandelion wine. For the honeymoon, they camped in the wilderness, encountering a grizzly bear, an adventure that became part of the fabric of their life together. Between 1972 and 76, the young family moved 14 times, living in spaces ranging from a school bus to a cabin with no running water. During a blizzard on November 18, 1972, Louise gave birth to their first child, Cielo, and Alex delivered the baby himself, further proving his resourcefulness. Alex's trucking journey began on September 3, 1972, at the McIntyre Porcupine coal mine. Claiming experience driving trucks on his family farm, he quickly adapted to the massive Euclid R50 dump truck, nearly tipping it over on the first day. By July 1973, he earned promotion to lead driver. In 1976, Alex and his family moved to Yellowknife with only $500 and a broken-down truck, which they pushed into town and lived in for 3 weeks, relying on laundromats for warmth. On May 17, 1976, Alex learned about ice road trucking and seized the opportunity. His first trip, late in May, nearly ended when his truck threatened to break through melting ice. Yet he survived and discovered a deep passion for the dangerous job. Over the following months, Alex studied ice road routes, weather conditions, and truck mechanics. By 1977, he had gained a reputation for skill and reliability. On February 14, 1977, he completed a 52-hour blizzard journey delivering medical supplies to a remote community, earning the nickname Ice Road Angel from locals for his bravery and dedication. By January 2007, Alex was living his usual routine in Yellowknife when a production team from Original Productions came looking for ice road truckers for a new reality show. Locals repeatedly pointed them toward Alex, praising his experience and reputation. They found him on January 17th, eating his typical breakfast of 4 eggs, bacon, and pancakes at a diner. Mistaking the producers for salesmen at first, Alex listened, as they explained the show concept. His vivid storytelling, booming voice, and thrilling accounts of icy roads, wildlife encounters, and near disasters, a loving father to 2 young children, and engaged to his partner, Miriam. The prognosis of 2 to 5 years to live was a heart-wrenching blow to the family. Andrew had felt weak for months, struggling with speech and losing muscle strength. The neurologist at Stanton Territorial Hospital in Yellowknife confirmed the aggressive ALS diagnosis. At that time, Alex was filming season 11. He rushed home immediately. The family united, seeking out specialists in Edmonton and Vancouver for second opinions, but each confirmed the disease was progressing rapidly. Within weeks, Andrew's condition worsened. By August 2017, he could no longer work as a heavy equipment operator and required a wheelchair. His speech became difficult to understand, and he needed assistance eating. Despite the rapid deterioration, Andrew maintained his sense of humor and courage, inspiring everyone around him. The financial burden of care was overwhelming. On July 1, 2017, Alex launched a GoFundMe campaign, Andrew's ALS Fight, aiming to raise $100,000. The response was immediate, $25,000 in the first 24 hours, and by month's end, more than $75,000 had been donated. Contributions poured in from across Canada, the US, Australia, and the UK. Additional fundraisers included a concert and silent auction at the Yellowknife Elks Lodge in September, raising another $32,000, where Alex sent a video message since he could not attend in person. In April 2018, the family hosted a community yard sale called Wheels for Andrew to fund a wheelchair-accessible van, raising $40,000. In October, Alex drove his truck from Yellowknife to Toronto, stopping along the way to raise awareness for ALS. The tour concluded with a gala in Toronto, collecting $150,000, and by the end of 2018, combined efforts had amassed $487,000 to cover Andrew's care, adaptive equipment, and experimental treatments. Despite all the support, ALS progressed relentlessly. By early 2018, Andrew relied on a motorized wheelchair. In March, he required a communication device to speak. That same month, his breathing started to weaken. On June, exactly a year after his diagnosis, Andrew contracted pneumonia and was hospitalized for 2 weeks. He survived, but now needed a ventilator and 24-hour care to live safely. Even with his deteriorating health, Andrew Debogorski married Miriam in April 2018. The wedding was touching, beautiful, but tinged with sorrow. Andrew needed assistance to recite his vows and couldn't stand at the altar on his own, yet the room was full of love and warmth. His determination and spirit remained remarkable, even as his physical abilities continued to decline. By the autumn of that year, Andrew had very limited mobility. He relied on eye gaze technology to communicate, selecting letters on a screen to express his thoughts. Despite his physical challenges, his mind stayed sharp, and he maintained connections with family and friends, never letting the disease dampen his spirit. Tragedy struck on December 28, 2018, when a fire erupted in Andrew's home in Yellowknife. Miriam managed to rescue their 2 young children, 5-year-old Naya and 4-month-old Miroslav. But Andrew, confined to his wheelchair, could not escape. Firefighters arrived promptly but were unable to reach him in time. He was taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead from smoke inhalation at the age of 33. The cause of the fire was never fully determined, leaving lingering questions and immense grief for the family. Andrew's final moments were heroic. As flames spread, he used his communication device to instruct Miriam, "Get the baby out." His quick thinking saved his wife and children. He had spent months preparing for emergencies, keeping a fire extinguisher close at hand, and practicing escape drills with his family. His foresight and courage ensured his loved ones survived, leaving a legacy of bravery. For Alex, losing Andrew was unbearable. He had visited his son just 4 days before the fire, on Christmas Eve, and seeing Andrew so vulnerable, unable to move or speak, was heart-wrenching. The guilt weighed heavily on Alex, who who was away on a trucking job to cover expenses when the tragedy occurred. Receiving the news while on the road made the loss even more painful. In the weeks that followed, Alex leaned on his faith and family for comfort. He posted heartfelt tributes to Andrew on social media and received immense support from fans worldwide. He also became an advocate for ALS awareness and fire safety, hoping to prevent similar tragedies for other families. Despite his fame from ice road truckers, Alex's financial situation has often been surprising. Even though his name and face are widely recognized, by 2022, his net worth was estimated at only $400,000. This modest figure reflects the reality of many reality TV stars, who earn far less than viewers imagine. Alex once joked, "I'm only famous. I'm taking $20 donations to get my teeth fixed, because that's as far as I can count." His humor highlights the truth about the limited financial rewards, despite decades of work and stardom. Ice road trucking is a seasonal profession, meaning income isn't consistent year-round. In 2020, Alex noted he still had to take trucking jobs during warmer months to support himself. Maintaining trucks for dangerous ice roads is expensive. He even requested $7,500 in donations in 2018 to repair his vehicle. This demonstrated that even years after his TV career began, financial stability remained a challenge. Supporting a large family, 11 children and over a dozen grandchildren, added further financial pressure. Alex has mentioned that his History Channel contract restricted him from pursuing endorsements, limiting his ability to capitalize on fame. These factors explain why, despite being well-known, Alex continues to face money challenges. Alex's career has also taken a toll on his health. One of the most frightening moments occurred in 2008 during Season 2 filming, when he suffered a pulmonary embolism. He was rushed to the hospital and had to leave the show mid-season, revealing the real dangers of his profession. Throughout his career, Alex endured multiple injuries, including broken ankles and legs, several concussions, and even being struck by a freight train. Years of exposure to freezing temperatures and intense physical labor caused arthritis in his hands and knees and partial hearing loss due to loud truck engines. Despite these hardships, he continues to work, taking on lighter, shorter jobs to manage his health while advocating for better trucker healthcare and support. Tragedy has been a recurring theme in Alex's life. On June 16, 2024, he lost another son, Alexander Jr., or AJ, at the age of 41. The sudden death shocked the family and fans alike. AJ left behind a wife and 6 children, intensifying the family's grief. This followed another devastating loss in 2019, when Andrew passed in the house fire at 32, illustrating how deeply Alex's family has been affected by tragedy over the years. The community rallied to support Alex. Fans and fellow truckers created a Facebook group, Alexander Jr. Debogorski Memories, sharing stories and photos that celebrated AJ's humor, kindness, and dedication to family. Alex expressed his grief online, writing, "My family has suffered profound loss with the unexpected passing of our dear Alexander Jr., 41 years old. He leaves behind 6 children and a wife." His simple statement reflected the depth of his sorrow. Balancing public life with personal grief has been challenging. On Ice Road Truckers, Alex is known for his infectious laugh and entertaining stories. But behind the scenes, he has endured tremendous loss. After Andrew's death in 2019, Alex shared his emotions in an interview, describing his son's final heroic actions during the fire. Even with such pain, Alex continues to engage with fans, attend events, and sign autographs. Though some notice a quieter side of him, his Catholic faith has provided strength and resilience, helping him navigate grief and find purpose. Alex's career on ice roads was filled with near-miss moments that highlighted his skill and composure. In Season 3, he narrowly avoided a collision with a fuel tanker on a narrow ice path. On another occasion, he transported a 100-ton crane across thin ice that threatened to give way beneath him. Each time, His calm, experienced approach ensured safe delivery. Throughout his decades-long career, Alex has faced numerous life-threatening situations. In 1999, his truck almost sank into a frozen lake. In 2008, a blizzard caused his vehicle to spin on black ice near a cliff, narrowly avoiding disaster. His extensive experience and quick thinking saved him repeatedly. Alex has received multiple accolades, including being named Ice Road Legend by the Canadian Trucking Alliance in 2012 and inducted into the North American Trucking Hall of Fame in 2014. He also received recognition for driving over 1.5 million miles on ice roads without a major accident, cementing his reputation as a master trucker. In 2010, Alex published King of the Road: True Tales from a Legendary Ice Road Trucker, a book recounting his adventures and dangerous encounters on the ice. It became a bestseller, translated into 12 languages, and led him on a 20-city promotional tour, allowing fans to hear his incredible stories firsthand. The book showcased not only his talent behind the wheel, but also his gift as a storyteller, sharing the thrills, perils, and human side of life on the ice roads.